Alright, I'm here with my review of the NewTrent NT120R device. I was provided a sample for review by NewTrent, so we're going to go ahead and give a quick overview. I've used it now for a little while. In the box you'll get a manual, USB charging cord, you have an actual strap, and then on top you have a carabiner with a compass on the top of it. And then the device itself, walk around the device, and one side you have the power button. It'll allow you to start charging. You have a cover for your ports. It's got nice rubberized covers for the actual ports themselves, as well as then this actually clicks into place. You hear it kind of click there. You have on the other side you have your place to attach the strap. This actually attaches through here. You can strap it up and attach whatever you need to it. You can do it like that. Use this quite a bit, and it's really pretty rugged. It gives a nice solid connection. I've dropped it in a bag attached to the back of a backpack, and then you get a USB charging cable. This works for both charging the device as well as charging any device from this device. The first charge on this took me about 12 hours to charge up. The listed battery time in the manual is 10 hours, but it took a little bit longer that first time, even though it said it had some charge left. One of the nice things, there's actually LEDs on here. If you power it up, it actually shows you how much charge. It's 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, and then there's a fourth LED for 75 to 100% charged. So it'll keep you abreast of that, and when you're charging it, it actually lights up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and test this with dirt and water. The outside of the container tells you it's waterproof, dirt-proof, and shock-proof. I have dropped it a few times just in my normal testing inside, and it seems to stand the shock pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and try it with some dirt, and then it makes a claim on the back here. Not sure if you can see that. It makes a claim that it is waterproof up to 15 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and test that. The interesting thing is, even though the outside of the box contains the device claims to be waterproof, this here says don't operate and do not expose the battery pack to water or humidity. So I'm going to see which claim is right, whether it is able to be exposed to water and humidity or not. And I'll let you know that I was able to get quite a bit of time. You can see the written review for the exact details of what I was able to charge. But I think if you use your device lightly on a camping trip, you'd get at least 7 days of charge out of it. I was using two devices, a Nexus 7 tablet over here. So I had a Nexus 7 tablet as well as my Samsung GSIII phone. And I took those two devices and I was able to use them on a regular basis at work for almost 4 days. So if you were to turn them in airplane mode or not use them very much when you're camping, I think this would be an excellent solution for you to be able to get a week's worth of battery time out of your devices if you're out and camping or hiking or doing anything long term like that. Overall, I'd say this is a great device. The initial charge was about 12 hours. It took me about 10 to 11 hours to charge it up subsequently as it ran down. Overall, I'd give this device so far 5 stars. We'll see how it provides stands up to the water and stands up to the dirt to see about the ruggedness of this device. But overall, I'd say the shockproof case, while it does add some bulk to it, I mean, you can see it's a little thicker than a standard battery pack, it's really stood up well to drops. I mean, you can drop it, throw it around, do whatever you want. I've dropped it from waist high, and it didn't actually take any damage on the outside. I wasn't able to find anything wrong overall. Alright, here we've got the device battery. We're going to put it into this little kid's sandbox and see how it goes. Get it a little dirty, get it all covered up, see how the thing's doing here. Do this again, there we go. It's all dirty, grimy. Looks like it's fine. I'll take it out, blow it out, and take a look and see how it looks. Cleans up nice. Check the ports, and there's a couple little grains of sand in there, but yeah, like I said, a couple grains of sand. Otherwise, it seems to be pretty clean. I think that did a pretty good job passing that test. Alright, we'll try this out, see how waterproof this is. Make sure that's all shut. So despite being waterlogged, it appears that the power still works. And the blue light's lit up. You can see the end still, like I said, I dried it off a little bit to the touch, but it still has a little bit of water spots in there. Can't see them very well on the camera. Go ahead and power this, see if it'll power up a cell phone. Yep, you can see up there it's got the power is going. So it looks good. Just for good measure. Go a little deeper over here. So we've got water in those ports. Not sure where you can see it. Did not fully seal. There's a couple drips inside of the little port on the right there. That port right over to the right. I don't know if you can see the water. Again, trying to power it up, trying to charge something, and it appears dead. However, I'm going to try and plug it in, see if I get anything out of it. Yeah, the lights still light up, so the electronics and maybe the battery are surviving. Maybe they just need to dry out a little longer. Alright, this was my recovery attempt when the device got wet. I've put it in silica beads. These I save when I get those in electronic pieces. You can use rice or whatever else to try and rescue stuff. It'll just suck the water out of any of the holes in here. So we'll go ahead and see if it has power. Yeah, it lights back up and there's power on it. So we'll see if it can charge the device here. 48%, I don't know if you can see at the top there. So plug it in, turn it on, and it lights up and lists as charging. So it seems to still work despite the water rescue that happened the other day. I did the dry sand test out back, and I did the water test, and then dried it off for a day and took a look at the results. All in all, I'd say the waterproof claim, I would stick with the instructions, which say do not expose the battery pack to water or humidity. Humidity is not a big deal. I did get a rusty screw there after the water test on, if you can see that very well. But all in all, it actually did hold up to the water. The sand and dirt and stuff was no problem at all. I just cleaned it off before you open the port again, and then once you do that, the ports and everything work just fine. It did come back and it still works fine, has all the power there. But all in all, yeah, I'd say it's a great little device. The little straps are handy. Having the power with you anytime, having a ruggedized case is really nice. But I'd recommend if you wanted to do something like a kayaking, canoeing, canyoneering, somewhere you're going to be in water and you might have a dry pack that doesn't seal, is try and find something else to help out seal these ports, because they do get wet, as well as those screws are going to get rusty if you do that too often. But it's still sealed, it's still back and working. I'd still give it 5 stars. It's a pretty resilient little pack. I was able to drop it, get it in sand, get it in water, and didn't have many issues with it besides that day of dry off with the water. Go ahead and buy yourself one. It's cheap for a battery pack that's this rugged. I'd say it's well worth the money.